Hey guys, I know I've delayed for a while, but I've attained something that many would call a content drought, and honestly a slight burnout. But luckily for you guys, this was only temporary, and I actually collected a topic to speak about today, and maybe churn out a few shorts if I can within the next month. But enough of these distractions, my apologies for all the issues, and let's get on to the main point of the video. Hello, my lovely munchkins, and welcome back to Markus Explains. On today's episode, we'll be talking about a very strange event in history. There's been a well-documented copypasta on websites like Discord, Twitter, 4chan, and Reddit. That event, of course, is the Manhole cover that reached space. So let's talk about the real events behind it today. Where the hell it came from? Did it truly breach terminal velocity? And most of all, does it still remain in space? We started a strange story on May 28, 1957, in a state within America known as Nevada. In Nevada, an operation is currently being underdone to test the explosive abilities of the new age explosives used for warfare. And what better place to test it than around the Yucca and Frenchman Flats, as well as a nearby mesa called Rainier. They're all relatively flat and vast lands with little to no nearby life to get harmed. An idea they were the perfect sites for testing explosives. In this special operation, they deemed the name plumbob. What the hell's a plumbob? Operation Plumbob featured 29 different nuclear tests, all with a W-25 warhead. One of the first few nuclear tests with a bomb was done with an empty shaft method. This featured digging a 500 feet deep hole and placing the warhead at the bottom of the shaft, then quickly detonating it in the hole. This experiment's result was recorded with an explosion with 55 kilotons of force and energy. The result of the recording was a success, but on their second attempt, they had a spark of genius and pure brilliance. Among their greatest minds, they sat in a circle and came to the greatest solution to their recording yet. On the next morning, they tried a different method, filling in the hole with as much concrete as possible and sealing the top with a 2,000 pound, or for my correct metric users, 907 kilogram steel manhole cover. The steel manhole cover, as famously told, flew high into the sky, fueled by the equivalent of 57 kilotons of dynamite. The steel plate at that moment completely broke records and became the fastest man-made object on Earth, and in that one moment, it was also theorized to be the fastest man-made object to ever reach space. As a matter of fact, there was a camera on site evaluating and recording the explosion, able to capture down to the tiniest of frames. I'm talking 1 frame per millisecond. And all it was able to capture was one singular frame of the explosion. I'm going to put it up screen right now. That's that one frame. It was so fast that when it was recorded, it was revealed to have breached the escape velocity by 6 times for Earth. Sadly, for our little steel plate, it would succumb to a force all aeronautics students know. Air resistance. Air resistance is a fundamental flight force that acts on all airborne objects at all times. Most commonly, air resistance is experienced when the surrounding particles and molecules in the air collide with a solid surface like a plane or other object, which then the solid particles resist the object's motion, slowing it down. When the slowing down is occurring, the particles rub against the solid object at a very fast rate, creating friction as a result of the resisted motion. This then heats up the object, leading it to break down and melt at times. Sadly for our little manhole cover, it seems it suffered the same fate and broke down upon exiting the facility. Though it may be fully disintegrated, there are still theories to this day on it still remaining in space. This tale is just like the fable of Icarus or Macbeth. A dreaming inventor who longed to reach new heights dares too far, and like the poor doomed Icarus, their child of innovation flies too high and burns and falls. A thing or two can be learned from this sad story. To not let petty ambition guide your motives too much. To not put a 2,000-pound manhole cover on top of warhead that's dug 500 feet deep into the ground. And most of all, to... Huh? What's that? What's that? Ah!